Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Now, today's reading, we'll be doing the February monthly reading. So the general reading for the month of February 2018 for all of the signs. For the main reading, which will be a 10-card Celtic cross spread, I will use the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. And I will pull two additional cards, oracle cards, just to enhance our reading. One will be from the Soulful Woman oracle card deck, and the other one is from the Ask Your Guides oracle card deck. Okay, as a reminder, please, in addition to watching your sun sign video, take a look at your moon sign and your rising sign video. That way, you'll have a really, a more or broader overview of what is in store for you during the month. Sometimes the messages in one will resonate more than the other. So, and obviously, as I always say, these are general readings, so please do keep that in mind. The messages may or may not resonate. The only way for you to get a truly personalized reading focusing on you and what is going on in your life right now would be to get a private reading from me. And if you're interested, you can do that by checking out my website, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find all of the services I offer as well as pricing, or you could send me an email at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. All right, so I think that's it for the introduction. I will stop for now and see you in 1 second for your readings. Hi Cancer, hope you're doing well. So I'm here to get into your February 2018 reading. As you can see, I already have the cards laid out here. I've shuffled off camera, really just to try to save time. All right, so we have the overall energy for the month. This is the card at the bottom of the deck. The World card. This is card number 21 of the Major Arcana. At the center of your reading, you have the Eight of Cups, okay? And the Eight of Cups is crossed by the Unknown card. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the Crystal Visions deck, this is one additional card that is used in this deck, and it comes after the World card. So it's a Major Arcana card. Doesn't have a number, right? But it comes after the World card, and I'll get into the meaning of the reading. But this is the card crossing the Eight of Cups. At the foundation, you have Major Arcana number 4, the Emperor. In the past position, you have the Ace of Cups. Crowning your reading, you have the Seven of Cups. In the future position, you have the Queen of Cups. You in the reading appear as the Six of Wands. How others are viewing you, or your environment card, you have the Six of Pentacles. Your hopes and fears, you have Major Arcana number 14, Temperance. And your outbound energy for the month of February, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Okay, and I'll tell you about the two additional oracle cards once we go through the reading. So starting off with the World card. So again, this is a Major Arcana. It's the last card in the Major Arcana, number 21. And it really speaks of endings, right? Endings and obviously new beginnings, because the World card is the end to the Fool's journey, right? The Fool card, the Zero card, the Fool begins his journey, and then it culminates or ends here with the World card. So usually we think of this as being a significant ending, right? It's usually a very long cycle or a long chapter in your life, right? This is a significant ending and beginning. So for some of you, during the month of February, this could be some type of, you could be experiencing some type of completion, right? Completion of a particular cycle, but also the beginning of something else, something new. You can see that, the woman on the card, she's sitting here on top of the world, on top of the globe here, the world, and she is she's sort of meditating. She has these beautiful butterflies going around her, so symbols of, rebirth and new beginnings. So that's the energy for the whole month for you. Now you have at the center of your reading the Eight of Cups, and you actually have, at the center, and then the three cards around, going sort of encircling the center card. They're all cups energy, so lots of water energy for this month of February. And we know that the suit of water, it has to do with our feelings. It has to do with our emotions, our intuition. Obviously, Cancer, you are a water sign, so this is your energy as well. But the Eight of Cups, it's a card that speaks of leaving something behind that no longer serves us, right? Emotionally, we're no longer sort of emotionally fulfilled by whatever that thing is. And yes, there is always some, a sense of sadness, sometimes a sense of regret, but mainly, sadness at abandoning and walking away from. You can see that the woman on the card, let me let you see it again. She has her back turned. You see that there are, oops, sorry, dropping things here. There are all of the cups are sort of, they've spilled out, right? They're spilled out actually in the water, on the land here. And she has turned her back on this situation, and she is leaving it behind. So she's leaving behind something from the past, but it's in order to move forward, right? This is a transition card. So we have, the World card, which is a major change card. And this is at the center of the reading, there's this transition card, because it's, yes, she's a little bit sad at leaving behind whatever this was, even though it no longer served her anymore. There's still some type of sadness, at leaving that past situation or relationship or, whatever it might have been in the past. But she's looking forward to moving into whatever this new thing is, right? And it's, what's crossing it is this unknown card. So this card is it's a little interesting, because basically it just, in this deck, it means that the answer, like the card suggests, the answer is not meant to be known at this time, right? It's not yet meant to be revealed. So there might be something from the past that you might not fully understand yet. It could have to do with whatever this situation was that, for some of you, you are walking away from in the month of February, have decided to move on, decided to move away from it. But this card, as far as it being sort of in the obstacle position, it's sort of saying that there's something that might not be fully understood right now, but it will be, right? This will be revealed soon. And you can see that she's holding this crystal ball, and usually the crystal ball is obviously clear, and, we can see, get some clarity and see some type of answer in it, but it's not yet meant to be revealed. It's still cloudy. You can see it's cloudy. So, something that you are going to possibly find out about, something that might be coming up in the near future. But there's still some type of cloudy energy surrounding it, and something that, that you might need to move forward, sort of continue with this Eight of Cups, transition out of it in order for you to gain some clarity on, or see this big, the big picture of things. Is that type of message that comes through. So, look deeper at whatever's going on to try to figure out, to get more clarity on whatever the situation is. It might take a little time. You might need to be patient. You might need to, kind of take a step back, reevaluate things, but, the answer will be coming in. So that's sort of the obstacle here. And in the foundation position, we have the Emperor. Okay, now the Emperor is, again, major arcana. The Emperor can be kind of a challenging energy, just because, he's a very strict kind of energy, right? He's like the ultimate, patriarch in the tarot, right? He's the guardian. He's very protective of his family. He's a very structured individual. He wants to protect his home, his family, his domain. He's somebody who's very strong, right? He's a very sort of strong, courageous kind of figure. But he, on the negative side, he can at times be a little bit, a little bit forceful or a little bit authoritarian in nature. Also kind of hinging on being almost like a dictator. So this could be, with this at the foundation, this could be something, or this person, this emperor, could be an Aries male individual or another fire sign male individual. Could be, or it could have to do with this, walking away. This could be a relationship involving this emperor figure here, right? But what we have in the past position is this Ace of Cups, which is a beautiful new energy, right? Aces in the tarot, they're new things coming in, but they're divine offerings, right? Usually, in the traditional tarot, we see the hand extending out of the cloud, so it's this divine, so divinely guided or divine blessing, whatever this new thing is. Sometimes it appears. Aces are also yes cards, right? They're also if there's an answer that you were waiting on, they usually mean yes. It can be a new relationship, right? A new offering, in the sense of a new offering of love. It can be you using your intuition more, right? Because cups also has to do with intuition, sort of fine tuning your intuition. But this could have been some new, with regards to relationship. Sometimes it appears when there's like a proposal, some getting engaged, possibly a new marriage, right? I mean, getting married to somebody. It can also just be something that brings you emotional happiness or joy. If it's in the area of, say, career and finances, it's something that would bring you, great happiness, or some, a new job offer, a new creative project, but it brings you great happiness, because it's a cups card. So it does, it speaks of emotional fulfillment, emotional happiness. Which is why I was saying in the beginning, you have these 4 cups cards. So we have the 8 of cups with this transitioning in the center, past some type of new offering here. What's on your mind in your crowning position, you have this very scattered energy of the 7 of cups, because the 7, it speaks of, having kind of too many choices. Sometimes this card appears when you're, out on the dating scene, you're sort of dating different people. There are many options out there for you right now. This could be online dating, maybe sending lots of messages to different people that you're meeting online. So usually it's when, there are lots of opportunities or lots of different choices that you have. But it's a very scattered energy, because there are so many options. It's kind of like you're not really focusing your energies on one particular thing. And so it's, it can be a little it's kind of like dreamy energy, it can be a little like daydreaming too much, really too caught up in, your imagination, and since you are so kind of, oh, that would be nice. Oh, that person's nice. Oh, but the other person's nice. You're not really sort of focusing in on one particular thing and giving all of yourself, giving all of your energy and your emotion and, everything to that one particular thing or person. It's very scattered. So sometimes when this card appears, it's just kind of reminding us that we might need to refocus our energies, or refocus, figure out what our priorities are in order to be a little more realistic, kind of get our feet back on the ground, get out of this, up in the air. You see, she's just kind of riding around on this dragon, and, she has all these cups here, and they're all kind of circling around her here, but she's not focusing on one particular thing. It always makes me think of, like a child standing in the window of a candy store and, seeing all the chocolates in front of him or her, or the candy, different things that he or she could buy. But there are like so many things that it's like, oh, which one am I going to get? And maybe by the time, the mother or father comes along, it's like, okay, let's go. They ended up not getting anything because, they didn't they weren't able to focus and pick which one they really wanted. So it is a card that speaks of, possibly needing to focus your energies. In the future position, we have the Queen of Cups. Now, this could be, it could be a person, right? We know that, again, when the court cards appear in a reading, they can be people that might be quite significant during the month of February. They can be events, situations, or they could just be the energy that you're taking on. And obviously, Cancer, this is your energy. This is water energy. So this could just be you taking on this energy of the Queen of Cups, right? If not, this could be an older water sign female. It doesn't necessarily have to be, right? Not gender specific, but could be an older female water sign individual. If so, this would be a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. And she's a very sensitive person. She's a very emotional person. She's a nurturer. She's a caregiver. She's also a little dreamy, right? She can also, especially the Seven of Cups energy here, right? She can be a little bit dreamy, but she's also intuitive, right? And she's a very compassionate person. She's very fair as well. She is emotional, but she's also very fair, in dealing with other people. She's a very, if she's the mother, she's a very kind of warm and compassionate mother. If she's a spouse, then she's a very loving and dedicated spouse. So it's a very, very nice energy, a very warm energy. So again, could be another person, or this is just you taking on this energy of the Queen of Cups. But how you appear in the reading is the Six of Wands, which is fire energy, has to do with, can be the work that we do, our day-to-day activities, can also be creative projects, creative endeavors, new business ventures. But the six is a card of victory, right? The Six of Wands is a victory card. This is you just feeling very, very victorious, very, kind of on top of the world. Usually when it appears, it speaks of some type of, recognition, receiving some type of recognition or accolades. This could be within the work environment. This could be you getting, actually people taking notice of the work that you've been doing, or receiving some type of award, or some type of, if this is a creative endeavor, just receiving some type of recognition for it. So you're feeling very, very confident. You're feeling very, very strong, very victorious, which is a very different energy from this, Eight of Cups in the center of the reading and the Seven of Cups, because I do feel like this is kind of, you're transitioning, things are changing a little bit, maybe you've been thinking, imagining all these different possibilities, but here you're just feeling very successful. So it's kind of like, whereas over in this portion of, of the reading, it's kind of, up in the air, very emotional, very scattered, that type of energy. Along this, going up here, moving sort of out of the month of February, we have very sort of strong, more grounded type of cards going up here. So after the Six of Wands, we have, how people are viewing you, what's going on in your environment. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of, Pentacles is earth energy, so it has to do with the material things in life. So, the tangible things that we can touch and feel here in the material realm. It's the work that we do, the money that we get paid for the work that we do. It can be, our material possessions, our home, our family, can be education as well. But with the Six of Pentacles, it's a very balanced energy, right? And usually we think of it as, it's kind of the give and receive card, right? And sometimes, right, when we're talking about material possessions, right, this could be, maybe if you're the one who is in need, you asking for a loan from somebody, right? Or this could be you repaying a loan to somebody, or somebody asking for a loan from you, or somebody repaying money to you. But it's that give and take, when you are the one who, you find yourself in a better financial position, possibly, then help other people, because you never know when, it might be you who's there needing somebody else's help. So it's a card that, and this doesn't necessarily have to be just material possessions. this card can also speak of advice, right? And this give and take of advice and give and take of emotional support, or give and take of knowledge, even, sharing of your knowledge, and then, maybe receiving knowledge back from somebody else. But it's, sometimes the card is referred to as, like the mentor card, like the mentor with the protege, or the benefactor and the recipient. It's this back and forth, you've been able to, or you see the woman here, she's sort of reaped all of the or harvested whatever she has been working very hard on here, and now she's sort of sharing of that. So people are seeing you, this is how you're being viewed, as, somebody who is in this position to be able to give back now, to help other people, right? And you're feeling very confident, and people are viewing you as, you're very capable of helping them, and you're there to be able to, you're financially stable enough to be able to give back to them. Your hopes and fears, you have the Temperance card. This is Major Arcana number 14, and this has to do with balance. Much like this, I feel like when I'm reading them, I kind of keep going up and down on my hands, because I get this up and down, this back and forth, this give and take type of energy, which is also what we see the woman, what she's doing here on the Temperance card, right? There's this balancing, this back and forth, right, of the two cups, and she has been able to balance everything so well that, she's actually pouring water into the other cup where there's fire, and she's doing it so as not to extinguish the fire, but so as to create this beautiful rainbow, right? And so she's been able to really, master this, what she's doing, and she does it in a very balanced way, right? She's practiced doing this for for so long. She does it so well. It's very balanced. It's very it's a very moderate. She's a very moderate type of person, right? There's doing everything in moderation. She combines the two just in the right amount so that she's able to create this beautiful rainbow, right? So it's, again, you're hoping for balance. You're hoping for this, this beautiful rainbow. You're hoping for this, and sometimes the Temperance card speaks of, a period of waiting, or there might, but it's divinely guided, it's divine timing on this waiting. And again, this could go back to the Eight of Cups. It could go back to this, needing time to find things out before moving, or, as you move away and leave something behind. And then again, with the World card is the overall energy, that there might be some type of divine timing going on here, right? This might also be just you hoping for more balance in your life. So if things have been a little out of control, like with the Seven of Cups energy, a little, up in the air, you're hoping for more balance. And I see, you're leaving the month of February very strong. You have the Eight of Pentacles in the outbound energy position. Sometimes this is called the Apprentice card, but it's really a card that speaks of, working very hard to master your whatever the work is that you do. Usually it has to do with, for example, if in your job they ask you to do some additional on-the-job training, take some maybe management courses in order for you to move up in the company, or they ask you to, go and get a certificate that's going to help you, with the job that you do. So usually it's a card that signifies, learning, perfecting your trade, perfecting what it is that you do, right? The job that you do, really gaining greater expertise in whatever that thing is, whatever the job is. Sometimes it can be, education. So going back to school in order to gain that education that's going to help you progress. It's going to help you on, as you move on. But it's also a card that speaks of, working a lot. So this could be towards the end of February. You're just working very hard. It could have to do with, what you are walking away from here in this new cycle. There might be this new thing coming in for you, new cycle beginning, that's divinely timed here. But you're just, you're kind of nose to the grindstone and just working hard and really, trying to be kind of the best that you can be doing what you do, and however this might play out in your life, whether this is at work. Just looking back at the cards here. Yeah, I mean, it could be, outside of work as well, but usually we think of the Eight of Pentacles card as a very, industrious type of energy, right? It's you just working very hard. And we have two eights here, right? We have the Eight of Cups at the center, and then the Eight of Pentacles is the outbound energy. So, transitioning out of things, you might need to figure or still, find out, gain clarity on some things which is, could explain this temperance, this divine timing for whatever this new beginning is with the World card. But it looks as though, it's going to be a good month for you. Just you might need to focus on balance. Something in your life might be out of balance right now. This could be, with regards to your work. I mean, maybe this is you working too much and you need to bring that things back into balance, gain the balance that you need in order to be able to work and be successful at work, but still have the time for, your family and for yourself and taking care, of yourself. So let me show you the two cards that came out as the Oracle cards. We have card number 47. This is from the Soulful Woman deck, and it's called Grace. And it says, when I open to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. And from the Ask Your Guides deck, we have Community, Spiritual Ancestors. And this is card number 3. So for the Oracle cards, I like to read the whole meaning for the card here. So this card number 3, Community, Spiritual Ancestors, says, your spiritual ancestors are gathering around you at this time, holding you in their light and connecting you with your spiritual family here on earth. Your soul is now seeking the kind of love and support that comes from being part of the right community, your people, so to speak. Not wanting you to feel isolated in any way, your ancestors hear your soul call and are presently guiding you toward kindred spirits. Understand and realize that you can't achieve your goals alone. Be open to support. You need the soul-energizing support of your tribe. Give up any notions you have of going it alone in life, and develop the insight and wisdom to recognize your limitations. After all, follow your ancestors' directions. It is they who encourage you to join a club, enroll in a course, or sign up for the neighborhood basketball team. You never know whom you'll meet. Your ancestors' message. Open your heart and feel our presence in your life, and to be open to your spiritual family on earth. Okay? And the other card, Grace, card number 47, says, let me find it here. When I open to the grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. Illuminated by the exquisite light of grace, I can see that I am part of something far greater than my physical form. Connected to the magnificent presence of grace, I experience kindness and abundance both within me and around me. Grace grows in me each time I give thanks for all that is good in my life. I notice the wisdom of grace when something that was blocked starts to flow again, or when the answer to a difficult problem arrives unexpectedly. I remember to ask for grace. I am open to its blessings. For some reason, that just made me think of the unknown card and this temperance with this flow, right? Something flowing and being blocked and starts to flow again. So, yeah, I don't know. That might have something to do with what you're finding out or figuring out or receiving some type of enlightenment about with this unknown card, possibly. But I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. I thank you very much for joining me here today. I look forward to reading for you again. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month of February. Bye for now.